The United States has launched strikes against Iran's allies in Iraq, Syria, and Yemen, further escalating tensions in the Middle East, which began after the outbreak of the Israeli war on the Gaza Strip. Under the pretext of responding to the January 28th drone attack on the Tower 22 base in Jordan, which killed 3 U.S. service members and wounded more than 40 others, the U.S. launched strikes against Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and its affiliates in Iraq and Syria on February 2nd. The operation involved 2 B-1B bombers deployed from the U.S. Targeted facilities included command and control operation centers, intelligence centers, rockets, missiles, drone storage, as well as logistics and munition supply chain facilities belonging to Iranian-backed forces. The strikes hit 85 targets across 7 facilities, 3 in Iraq and 4 in Syria, using 125 precision-guided missiles. 17 people were reportedly killed in Iraq and 29 others in Syria. Both countries condemned the U.S. attack, saying that civilians were among the casualties. Despite the scale of the attack, Iranian-backed forces were not deterred. The Islamic Resistance in Iraq, a coalition that has been leading operations against U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria since the outbreak of the war in Gaza, attacked Harir Air Base in northern Iraq, where U.S. troops are deployed, as well as the U.S. Krab el-Jir airstrip in northeastern Syria with drones on February 3rd. Later on February 4th, the IRI attacked a U.S. base at El Omar oil fields in eastern Syria. 6 fighters of the U.S.-backed Syrian Democratic Forces were killed and 18 others were wounded in the attack. U.S. actions were not limited to Iraq and Syria. On 3rd February, the U.S. and the United Kingdom conducted strikes against 36 sites of the Houthis in Yemen, which included underground facilities, drone storage and operation sites, missile systems, radars, and helicopters in 13 different locations. The attack, which was the 3rd by the U.S. and the U.K. in recent weeks, was an attempt to degrade capabilities of the Iranian-backed group, who has been attacking Israel-affiliated ships in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden since November 19th in support of Gaza. The U.S. announced more strikes against missiles and drones of the Houthis on February 4th and 5th. However, the group was not deterred. It hit back on February 6th by attacking a British and an American ship in the Red Sea, which were identified as the Morning Tide and Star Nasir. Both vessels sustained damage. Recent U.S. attacks on Iraq, Syria, and Yemen have not only failed to deter Iran and its allies, but also made the situation in the Middle East far more dangerous. The attacks showed the length Washington is willing to go to in order to support the Israeli war on Gaza, which has so far claimed the lives of more than 27,000 Palestinians.